Opportunities. JetNet Evolution has many opportunities. The international markets are increasing. They could consider reducing costs to attract more clients. Maybe smaller brokerage houses would consider this, and the individual aircraft salespeople. It actually offers a similar database for other aircraft. They need to define this more and increase that, because there's more than one type of aircraft market. You have the private aircraft and you have commercial aircraft, so maybe they can move on to the commercial side as well. CAPSIM opportunities. Students can make mistakes that do not cost them their careers. This is a learning tool, and mistakes, they're a part of that learning process. The simulation also provides learning experience that allows users to discuss the situations with their peers. And again, we discuss these situations. We will make mistakes, but it doesn't cost us in the end, maybe just a ranking in the class. Threats for the JetNet Evolution. Direct competitors such as AMSTAT, which can produce this information in a very similar format, but it's still a different type of database. AMSTAT offers downloadable programs that I don't need to access the internet, and when I do access the internet, they're updated as well. So a slowdown in the world markets is also another threat to us. Because we're in the aircraft industry, these are very expensive machines to run. So as demand for private aircraft goes down, so will the industry that supports that private and as well commercial and military aircraft. CAPSIM. What are the threats? Pricing and other competitor programs. Our competitors can introduce new programs at lower prices, which may attract from the CAPSIM and bring buyers and students to another arena. I'm going to conclude by quickly going over the sales and marketing spreadsheet here for the JetNet Evolution database. And as you can see, it is set up as a series of filters. You can see moving from the left hand of the screen to the right hand of the screen that I can search for an aircraft through a particular type, whether it's an executive airliner, a jet, a piston, or a turboprop. Then I can narrow that down to make and model. I can also go down to a type of market: for sale, for lease, for trade, or for sale. Can also go into the ownership section. And that's just one page. And as you see here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 8 or something tabs that I can go on. And those are all filters. So this is an effective way for us in our industry to search for aircraft under any definitions that we define to turn this data into useful information. Thank you very much for your time, and I will hand Laura Matthews along to you.
Thank you, Michael. My name is Laura Matthews, and I'm here today to review the Productions and Operations Information System. I am going to talk about Lectra's OptiPlan Expert V3 versus the CAPSIM program. This is a production optimization software which interfaces with a customer's enterprise resource planning system and their computer automated machinery. More specifically, it optimizes best the production schedule of vector-based computer operated machinery such as cutting tools and computer numerically controlled or CNC cutting machines. The strength of Lectra's OptiPlan Expert V3 is that it helps manufacturing to implement a just-in-time production system, and it also can change with any production changes for the day or the week. It also interfaces with the CAM cutting systems so that you can plan out which best parts can roll through your system and minimize bottlenecks that way. It can also create work instructions, which is very important in the productions and operations department, so that it can instruct the other people who are getting the products from the CAM system to help them understand what exactly they're supposed to do to complete the projects. It also tracks scraps and material usage so that you can understand what part of your process is least profitable and make adjustments that way. And it can also simulate production using arithmetic so that you understand where your bottlenecks are and address any problems before you actually have to physically start production the next day. The CAPSIM program was a teaching tool which helped you to understand how to plan out production for an entire year and do different financial calculations based off of that. Its strengths are that it showed you how to understand the total costs of production and how it related to the rest of your operations. Now I will talk about the weaknesses of Lectra's OptiPlan Expert V3. It's very machine directed, so if you do not run machines throughout your production department, it's maybe not the best software for you. It is not Mac friendly, it's very PC based, and you have to have pretty extensive training to operate this. It's very industry specific, meaning it's best used in places that utilize those vector-based software systems, such as a CAD software or Illustrator or fabric cutting or flat metals. The weaknesses of the CAPSIM program are that you can't get very specific with it, since it is planning for one full year. You can't get into the day-to-day planning, and it's hard to understand how to anticipate or correct any problems that happen throughout the day. It also cannot interface with other programs. The Lectra OptiPlan Expert V3 does work with the existing ERP system of companies and tries to interface with that as much as possible. And also the CAPSIM program cannot be modified like Lectra's OptiPlan can to be put in place by other companies. Different opportunities from Lectra's OptiPlan, that would be interfacing from machine to machine, but also trying to interface from warehouse to warehouse to make sure that if you had multiple warehouse locations, they could all interconnect and you could get the optimal production plan for different warehouses at different locations so that you would be the most profitable throughout the entire company. And general good opportunities from the CAPSIM program is that it's a very nice teaching tool and it shows you how all of the different departments interact. Threats to Lectra's OptiPlan Expert V3 could be other production optimization software packages such as Gerber. These programs try to do the exact same thing, using cutting programs to optimize your production so that it starts at your cutter and then moves through your production facility as smoothly as possible. And then the other major threat, which is a threat to all of these companies, would be a downsizing in manufacturing. And of course, that would decrease the demand for these programs at all. And then for CAPSIM, threats to that program are absolutely other more user-friendly programs and other programs that can substitute for CAPSIM for a more specific need of that company. And finally, I just wanted to wrap it up and say there are many other software programs out there besides CAPSIM. It was an excellent teaching tool.